What is up, YouTube Nation? Sick Arts. Back at it again. Alright. On part 3 of my Cthulhu drawing, my Smite drawing, Cthulhu, Molten Destroyer. So, essentially last stream was purely a work stream. I barely said 10 words that stream. And essentially, just accomplishing a couple things. One, I wanted to see how much work I can get done, which I basically finished all the grades. Two, just getting content out there. Just want to get myself used to streaming consistently. And I wanted to get a lot done and not like interrupt myself so much with talking. I didn't end up streaming yesterday just because I got home from work pretty late. And I want to start a consistent schedule, so I want to start at 8:30. 10 might be a little bit too late, not necessarily for me. You're almost out of storage. Interesting. Okay. I'll deal with that later. But not necessarily for me, but just people in general. I just trying to see how a couple different time flows goes. So I want to start at 8:30. I want to keep on streaming. I want to do a Tuesday through Friday schedule as far as streaming. So I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, then not stream until Tuesday. So, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, Cthulhu drawing part 3. And I know what y'all thinking. I low-key say, bro. Okay, hold on. Let me check something because my computer's crying about storage. Okay, but anyway, do this every time, right? Cthulhu drawing part 3. I know what you're thinking. Part 3. What do you mean part 3? You just got the sketch. You talking about you finished the grades. There's nothing here. And like I always gotta do to y'all, this isn't even my final form. It's this. Still not even my final form because I'm not done with the drawing. But yeah, I like doing that reveal every time just to see the little before and after. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Yeah, the color really makes everything just go crazy. Yeah. So that's the sketch. Boom. That's what we got done. Last stream I finished just like both the arms essentially. So the stream before then I did both the shoulders, which all this stuff takes a lot longer than I thought. So the first thing I want to do this stream is some of the final details in the rocks. I'm not sure how many more cracks I'm going to add, but I think it'd be kind of weird if there was just like, I'm not sure how well y'all can see it, but if you can see these like cracks right here I added to the rocks, it'll be kind of weird if it was only in the shoulders and like this part. So I'm gonna add a couple more cracks. I'm not sure if I'm gonna add it here because I kind of like how smooth that looks. We'll see. I'm definitely adding it to the wings for sure. And then I did some play testing, so I know. I'm trying to mess with my light source a bit. So I know where, did some play testing, so I finally got my colors for the magma down. So we're going to be finishing the cracks and then doing some portions of the magma. This stream, I'm probably going to finish, I'm going to start off with the wings, actually. The wings is a pretty big section. So hopefully this stream, I might be able to finish all of this. Just depends on how long things take, but we'll get it. We'll see when we get there. And with the intro out of the way, further ado, the music starts. I'm not sure if that's gonna be too loud. That probably is. Some stuff out the way. Alright, I have to get another. So my the point one thingy I was using actually fucked up. Point one multi-liner. See if I got another one. That should be good, so. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna pencil this in. Yeah, that's good. You know, this is the part in the stream where YouTube should well, I shouldn't say should or hopefully, but this is the part where YouTube hopefully throws me a bone and, you know, get some people to my stream, because with drawing streams, I think this is like a really good time just because it's like I can work on the drawing while y'all have something nice to look at the same time. Alright, I don't need this. Let me sharpen this boy up for a little bit. So I actually got me a bag for my pencil shavings, which is clutch. In the bag features My Hero Academia. Actually, one of the GO animes this year. Anime has been popping off, but my hero's doing something special this season. Honestly, this all kind of ties into. It was a developing theory, right? Let me turn this down. This shit just got loud. Yeah, anime popping off this year. So like, basically, it ties into this theory I've had. Well, it was developing for a little bit until some things got in the way. That in 2019, anime was starting to enter a new golden age. Right? And what I mean by that, there was so many good anime that came out in 2019. So, for example, we had Demon Slayer first dropped. And we had Demon Slayer. We had Rising of the Shield Hero just dropped. Data Live Season 3 came back, and that was actually a pretty good season. Isekai Quartet, which actually a lot of people... I know it was like kind of goofy show, but a lot of people was hyped for it. One Punch Man Season 2, amongst a couple other shows I can't necessarily think of right now. And regardless of how you view One Punch Man Season 2, that is still a hype comeback for the year. Because, like, your last memory of One Punch Man is, like, that hype shit we just got in Season 1. And I understand a lot of the community didn't really like Season 2. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I wasn't, like, bitching about, like, oh, the animation was blah, blah. I didn't really bitch like that. The animation was fine, in my opinion. Might not have been Boros level, but, like, how many things are, right? Yeah, so 2019 was like firing off on all cylinders. Even like little low-key shows people don't even know about, like Magical Girl, Spec Ops, Asuka, right? So it was popping off, and I'm like, if they keep this momentum, we could be entering a new golden age of anime, right? Like where almost everything that's happening is just like it's just amazing to be an anime fan now. But then, what killed the momentum was Caviticus. You know what I mean by that. So, the vid came through and just halted all momentum from anime. I don't even remember most of the stuff. I think I just, like, rewatched stuff in 2020. And that crippling effect from the vid, trickled down to 2021. So, like, you chopped off the legs in 2020, and then the physical rehabilitation came back in 2021. So what I believe happened is after the world kind of picked itself back up, dusted itself off, you know, tie up its bootstraps, it really came back with a vengeance, essentially, in 2020 and 2022, with the releases of Attack on Titan, with My Hero Academia, with the Demon Slayers coming back. And it was so much shit last year with, I still haven't seen it, unfortunately, but, what was it? Classroom of the Elite Season 2, Data Live Season 4, like, all of this stuff is coming back. And I think this is where we were supposed to be at back in 2020, before the world shut down. And I call this a new golden age just because it's like almost everything that's coming, like even the shows that's like not like super duper mainstream, like apparently a lot of people love Lycoris Recoil. We got Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man coming through. A new one that apparently a lot of people has been loving is Eminence in Shadow. I still need to watch that. People is raving over Cyberpunk, and all this shit is happening within the last 2 years. And then, you know, if we factor in the 2019, where this is essentially the 2019 momentum. So honestly, I think we're kind of in a new golden age. And personally, me, what I consider the actual golden age of anime, I'd say is from 2008 to 2012 or 2013. And the reason why I say that, and I know a lot of people might go further back. A lot of people love their classics and stuff like that. But I think 2008 to 2012, 13 is where we were getting a great balance. We were mastering this balance, right, between quantity and quality. So back then, if you go any further, not that, like, if you go like all the way back in like 1990s or whatever, when people were talking about, oh, the golden age of anime was like Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, and all that shit. I'm not saying those anime weren't good. It's just like you had this small elite group of anime, and then everything else just kind of wandered around, right? So with 2008 to 2012, a lot of shows are essentially timeless. What I would call kind of timeless within that era. I think Death Note is 2016, I believe. But when I mean by timeless, I mean like a lot of people still talks about shows from that era, from that time range. Either still talk about it, want more seasons, getting more seasons, or a lot of the hype from like future years came from here. So what I mean is people still love Kill La Kill, which I believe that was 2012 or 2013. Same thing with Parasite the Maximum. People still talk about that show. Sekirei, which has died down at the time, was like everybody was loving Sekirei Rosario Vampire. That was another show that was like begging season 2 for. No Game No Life, the literal Half-Life 3 of anime. Like anytime something gets a season 2 confirmed, everybody's like, oh, where's No Game No Life? Especially if it comes from Madhouse. Everybody wants a No Game No Life season 2. I believe High School DxD is 2012. Sword Art Online, which you can argue is what started our isekai addiction. Like it's so many shows within that era, and these are just things I'm thinking off the top of my head, but there's so many shows within that time frame that really not only kind of stood the test of time, but like really just like lingered in the back of our throats of like the taste of how good those shows were. People, it's fine to disagree with what you believe to be whatever you consider to be golden age of anime. To me, this is a bit more subjective than people trying to interject what they think the big three is, for example. Like, the big three is not an opinion. One Piece, Bleach, Naruto. That's the big three. There's no discussion about it. There is no old gen big three. There's no new gen big three. And I get liking that concept of the big three, but the problem with that is the term big three only existed because of those shows, right? So in the middle eras of like 2002 or 2000 to 2005 or whatever, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto is absolutely carrying the anime community. If you weren't showing the big three, your station was probably dying, right? So those anime carried such big numbers that not only did it carry the anime industry to get to where we are today, but the impact it lasted, like people like once we were out of the era where the big three needed to carry the anime community, people forgot how powerful those shows were, and then tried to like interject, oh, the old gen big three is DBZ, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Sailor Moon. I've seen that shit before, and it's just like, no, you can't go back in time just because okay, in 2000 or 1990s or whatever, the term big three did not exist. In mid 2000s, the term did exist, and now like 10 years later after that, people that now know the term big three is trying to like gaslight themselves and like go back in time and like try to convince themselves there was a big three before the big three. Nah, you can't do that. There's no new gen big three. Because one, that will never exist, because now the anime community is at such a point right now where you don't need to be carried by three anime. And two, people can't even agree what's the big three. I've seen My Hero, Attack on Titan, SAO. I've seen I've seen Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Chainsaw Man. Like, what the fuck are y'all motherfuckers change what the big three is like every month. What are you talking about? You know, there's no consensus on what's the big three. Demon Slayer, My Hero, AOT. It's usually like something that's like super mainstream, new or whatever, but it's just like, clearly if it's like 8 candidates for a new gen big three, that's not 3. Like, it's clear, it's no clear 3 choices. So you can't just say there's a new gen big 3 because there's so many shows out. You can't even decide on a big 3. And then they'll try to use technicalities, right? And I hate it and love to see this argument at the same time. I hate it because it's stupid and loved it because of how stupid it was. It was kind of hilarious. But people will go like technicalities. Well, the big 3 was the 3 highest grossing shonen manga. So if we look now, and then they just go to like the numbers of like the top 3 shonen, they'll be like, okay, this is the big 3. They were calling Chainsaw Man a big 3 before the motherfucker even dropped the anime, bro. What are y'all talking about? See, now that's another problem with this. So now you guys are going back to your textbook definitions of what the big 3 was and trying to interject that into the anime we have now, and just purely looking at the manga numbers and not even looking at the impact of it, the fact that the community can't even agree on anything. You're not even looking at the fact that these shows don't even have a fucking anime, and you're calling these shows the big 3 of anime. What? Okay, bro, miss me with that. And no, that argument is not valid, and it does not automatically become valid once Chainsaw Man does, like, now that Chainsaw Man does have an anime. And let's say if it does, I don't know the numbers. Let's say if it is still the top 3 grossing manga, it won't all of a sudden become a relevant argument just because it now has an anime. Like, nah, fam. Yeah. Tangent on tangent, but yeah. Yeah, I believe we're in a new golden age of anime, starting from 2019 and then just kind of omitting 2020 or 2021. 2022 with how good AOT has been. We're getting another AOT with how fucking Demon Slayer dropping bangers. Jujutsu Kaisen dropped, like they're dropping movies and all these good shows. And personally, me, I think Jujutsu Kaisen's a good show. I don't think it's like, I don't believe it's like the GOAT of anime of all time. Maybe we'll see once more seasons drop, but for right now, I'm like, it's a good show. Yeah, a lot of people like it. But yeah, like anime is just doing really, really well right now. Fucking over. I have the picture in the lower corner right here. Overlord season 4 dropped last year. Like, so many good shows. And right now, like, I'm binging My Hero because I was finally, like, the dub finally finished. So I binge a bunch of My Hero. And let's not even forget, Blue Lock is here too. Savage. And I saw episode 1 of Blue Lock. I've been waiting so long to watch Blue Lock. I literally watched episode 1 in sub, like, a couple days after it dropped. And that was, like, somewhere in, like, November? Like, October, November? I've been waiting. I still haven't seen it. That's how long I've been waiting. Because I wanted to binge My Hero first, then binge. But this is the hardest I've ever had to wait for an anime. Like, I was checking it almost, I feel like every week or 2 weeks. And now it's finally done, and I get to engorge myself in Blue Lock. Because that first episode was so fucking perfect. Like, that was one of those, 10 out of 10 episodes. And honestly, the way it started, I'm pretty confident that they're gonna keep that momentum. I'm gonna revisit this, seeing how optimistic I am, and maybe they just horribly dropped the ball. But yeah, Blue Lock is looking sinister right now. There was a couple drops here and there. So the thing about Golden Age of Anime is not like that every single thing is gonna just be like absolutely 100% peak. But it's about the majority of the shows that's coming out. Like you're definitely not in a shortage of good shows coming out. Hell, I'm hearing good things about a show. What was it called? It was another isekai that seemed to have one of those generically stupid names, but a lot of people are liking it. I just like Cooking in Another World, some shit like that. I forgot the name. Yeah, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, a lot of people's been liking even some of like the more generic Sonic shows. Hell, Crunchyroll Awards like popping off on Lycra's Recoil, which I saw episode 1, so I can't say like too much, but it just seemed like it was one of those shows that was just like okay, like. I need to watch Cyberpunk because of like that, like. One anime of the year? Crazy. Over AOT, over Demon Slayer? What? That's another show I gotta start watching. I saw episode 1, but I'm not like in the mood to like binge it since I'm like in the middle of binging so many other things. So I'll watch it, I'll rewatch it, revisit it when I'm in the mood to like actually watch it. Like actually go through more than one episode. But yeah, now the theme here is that like I haven't finished a lot of these shows, but another show I think kind of dropped is Shield Hero Season 2, knowing that Season 1 was like in my top 20 for a while. Like top 20 shows I've seen, and that is a long list of shows I've seen. But basically the problem is that I'm watching this turtle arc, and this turtle arc is just so bad. Like, it is not fun watching this turtle arc. So, like, I forced myself to watch a couple episodes, and then, like, there was, like, they did the battle ended, and it was just like, oh, the battle isn't over. I was like, God damn it. I was like, I thought I was finally over this shit. And then they said, but not really. But yeah, I haven't like gone back to like analyze or whatever why this turtle arc is so bad, but I have some couple like base ideas on why I think I don't like it so much. And it's mainly because it's like you're trying to instantly set up a final boss fight that doesn't even feel like climactic. So like you get this turtle, he pauses the wave, and like I can't even really say that much on it. It's mainly just like the way they executed the battle. It was just like turtle doesn't attack. Okay, they brought an army full of nobodies that we don't care about. They brought an army. Turtle does some attack. You know, the army gets a little bit fucked up. One of the AoE attacks goes to Naomi's party. I have zero concerns in the universe that he won't be able to defend them. So like from my perspective, any character that I might deem like, you know, that I actually care about, they're in zero danger in my opinion. So like, and then they do some damage to the turtle, then the turtle does the next phase, then they fuck up. Like, they always gotta fuck up a portion of the army to make the battle seem intense, obviously. But it's just like, as far as that, like, the characters that I actually care about, like, what is the chances of you hurting, bro? I'm not seeing it. And if I don't see it, like, I'm not gonna care. So, like, I just wanted this battle to be over, and then it was just like, the battle was over, and then the girl didn't disappear, and she was, like, linked to the turtle. It was like, oh, it's not dead yet. And I'm like, fuck me. Because I heard that, like, after this turtle arc, it gets pretty good, but I just can't get that far. Yeah, Shield bro kind of dropping the ball here. Now, not necessarily the same thing with Classroom of the League. Again, there's another thing I only saw one episode on, but like I had to rewatch that episode because like they explained the game and I just did not understand it. So that's kind of like, and your audience like understanding something is very important. That's one of the problems with Tomodachi game. Again, I know this seems like a theme. That's something only seen one episode, but within this one episode, like the kids got kidnapped. They're putting these kids through this game, and the stakes of this is essentially like I'm putting you in debt. The problem with going so in depth with this game, so like they fully did the first game and all the mindfuckery about this game and the stakes and the characters. It was like super intense for them and all this. And for me, the problem with it was I did not understand how were these stakes set up. So like this random mascot thing kidnaps you and just tells you you're in debt. If I walked up to you and just say, if you don't take 10 steps, you owe me $10,000, do you actually owe me $10,000? No. So, how am I supposed to believe that this thing is just putting people in debt? And, like, you kidnapped them from their livelihoods. So, like, are you gonna return them to their livelihoods just so they can be crushed by the crippling debt? Like, is that the game plan? Because, like, if you kidnap some random high schoolers who may or may not even have money on them right now, like, is their family in debt? Like, are you gonna, do they have to return you home? And then, like, like, your parents had to sell the house? Like, you can't just tell me you're in debt. And then, like Kekeguri made the state, like, made the debt shit okay. Because it's like, rich people, rich school. This school is like the center of the universe apparently, and like these characters have money on hand from rich families, and they're like gambling with their family's money even past what they have in their pockets. So when you're gambling, you can gamble everything that's on you, but then you can start gambling your family's investments and shit like that. So I got it from Kekeguri. With this, is just like, you owe me. yeah, you fucked that up. You owe me more. And it's like, okay. And then another thing that Kakegurui did is like, that I'm wondering from Tomodachi Gang is like, what's the ramifications of this? And I know I only seen episode 1, but the problem is that they went so in with this first game that like, I felt like I needed to understand all this stuff before I even cared about the first episode. And that's why I'm harping on this, is because they did so much like mindfuckery tricks and all this like mental damage to and the main characters are like about to betray each other and doing all this over debt, and I don't even know how they're getting into debt and what's the ramifications of this debt. With Kakegurui in episode 1, I know how they got the debt is that they're betting their family's income, their family's wealth, and then the ramifications of this is that you can be, you know, labeled a pet in school and be severely disrespected by everybody. Like, you lose your humanity. And not only that, if you get into too much debt, they can write your life's plan. Like, Girly lost the game and said, I got handed an envelope and said, you're gonna marry this guy, have this many kids, one daughter, once. Like, how the fuck do you know this? But it's just like even the fact that, like, I'm not even about to go too deep into, like when I'm analyzing, I don't go too deep and like, okay, how does he know? How does she know, like, what's the gender of the kids? It's not even that. It's the fact that this putting you in debt forfeits so much control over your life that they can just tell you how many kids you're gonna have, and maybe like the genders of the kids are wrong, but it's just the fact that they're like steering your life in such a strict, unresolving direction. That's the ramifications of these gambles, not just like debt. Yep. There you go. And again, I would not be harping on this if they did not try to make that first episode's game so intense. But since they did, since the characters cared so much, I felt like I needed to know all of this before enjoying that first game. And I believe Kakegurui even introduced that shit within like very quickly in order for me to even understand the first, like, I actually cared about the first game in Kakegurui. So, like, I don't remember the exact details what happened, but they did something right to make me think like, oh, like, these stakes are real. Okay. Yeah, they did something, not bad. But yeah, they did something to make me think like I actually care about why, or like the character losing the gambling actually matters for the reasons they explain. And that doesn't even have to be some big lore explanation. You can just have the narrator spit out that shit for a second. It doesn't matter. Just give me the information so I can give a fuck about what's happening. Like, the fact that they didn't do that makes me think Tomodachi Gang tried to be carried on the edgy show of the season. I'm kind of mapping out what I'm doing here, by the way. So, alright. First, let's get these waves going. I might add more cracks later. I'll I'll play that by ear. Is this Carmine Road? Yeah. Yeah, these wings are going off screen, so. So right here doesn't really matter how nice the color looks right now. I just need to get the color down. All the refining of the color is gonna come in a minute. Alright. Oh. A little bit focused here because I'm not 100% sure how I'm doing this. I just have like a general idea. Let me see something. I kind of like that. Well, I'm starting to. Oh, super smudged. Okay. At least I know I'm gonna have to do this drawing at the end. I have a gloss finish spray I'm gonna be using on this. Where's that paper I just said? The fuck? Okay. Now I got the wings looking like this. I'm kind of reconsidering how I want to do the rest of the body. No, I'm not entirely sure now. Yeah. No. gotta check something. See if I got more crimson reds. Probably sounded horrendous on stream. Yep, I have one more. I think this one's starting to get dry. Not only is bro getting dry, I don't think bro's gonna make it. Oh my gosh. Big ass forehead on screen right now. That's crazy. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I bet notice, but god damn, that's that Mega Man right there. That's that Invader Zim drawn ass. That's that Bilbo brow head ass. Sakura face ass. That's that Tanjiro headbutt head ass. That's that Saitama cue ball. That's that Neptune, boom, boom, my eyes looking ass. Damn. I promise it's not that big in real life. The forehead, at least. Wink, wink. This sounds like some Home Alone shit. Mixed with like Star Fox. Weird crossover. Like, this really feels like the point of the movie that, like, people are just happy and just doing shit, like, keep them getting bus rides to school and saying bye to their parents and shit like that. I don't like it. The shininess from the wax, though. things down. Oh. That was way more mentally exhausting than I expected. Alright. Now we're good on the wing. Look at these. Now that I did the wings, I'm kind of reconsidering how I want to do the magma. So let's test some stuff. This is where I did some testing for not just this drawing, but my next drawing actually. But yeah, so oh, that's crimson. Okay. I kind of want to get like an orangish red, a bit brighter than the wings. Yeah, obviously not too orange, so. That's a soft reset the brain there. Something's telling me to add yellow in here. Do some testing. So I ain't gonna lie, my brain's a little fried right now. At least I think it is. So what I might do just so I can take the stream pressure off of myself, I'm gonna be testing some stuff off stream. Then I'm gonna come back and finish the lava trails. So time check on what we have right here. So the reason why I'm gonna be differentiating it is I don't want these lava cracks to be too close to the wings in the background. Even though that's how it kind of is on the actual character, I don't want that to be in my drawing. So I'm gonna do some off-stream testing, see what I want to do with all of these, and we'll go from there. So, knowing that I've been underestimating how long stuff takes. Next stream, I may or may not be finishing the entire body. I'll probably be finishing most of the body. And the stream after that, I'll finish off the body, then I'll be on the background. So in about 3 more streams, I should be around done. So. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So hopefully y'all enjoyed or enjoying how it's looking so far. Remember how it started versus how it's going. But yeah, so on that note, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 8:30. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to stream at 8:30 very consistently. So, yep. Tuesday through Friday, I'm gonna be doing 8:30 streams. So on that note, I'll see y'all next time.